folks, if you enjoy our content, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, take the extra step of sharing it with your friends and family or other Pro 2A folks out there who might enjoy what we're doing. We're getting close to the 100,000 subscriber mark. I'd love to get there within a couple thousand people, and we're just trying to push it up over the hill. So if you could help us with that, I'd really appreciate it. Today, I'm going to do a brief review of the Cylee CAT Pro. This is a micro red dot sight that's designed for small compact pistols like this 365 XL, the Glock 43, the Glock 48, these smaller size pistols, Smith & Wesson as well, the Shield Performance Center version. It's really designed as a small or smaller micro red dot. It has a side loading battery, which is nice because, as you know, some of these red dots require that you have to remove the whole optic from the slide of the gun to actually put it in a new battery. This one actually has that side opening, similar to what you get with many Holosons these days, where you have the ability just by this small screw here to pull that out and plop in a new battery. The red dot has the shake awake type of technology, which as soon as it detects movement, it goes on. It will shut off after approximately 4 minutes, provided there's been no movement in the pistol. So if you put your handgun back in the safe, for example, or you set it down, put it in the holster without moving, it will stay off. But as soon as you start moving again, it will come on. It has a 3 MOA dot, which for me, on pistols is really, really nice. I know I have many red dots that have a 2 MOA, and it's fine. You wouldn't say, well, it's that much difference, but the smaller the dot is, the more shake you're going to see when you press out to point, and you're looking through that red dot. As you go to a 2 or a 1, it really moves a lot with any slight movement of the hand. And no matter how good someone is, I can guarantee you there's always just a slight movement to your body, whether it's through breathing or your pulse or whatever. There's always some movement. So the 3 MOA, for me, in shooting handguns, seems to be really the ideal sight. I have larger ones, I have 5, but most of mine are 2, or they have the 2 MOA with the outline similar to what Holosun uses. So one advantage to the thicker housing here around the glass itself is it allows for, not only in case you drop the gun or it hits on the red dot or whatever, is that you can also obviously cycle the slide. You can work the slide by simply pressing it up against another surface to do that. And I've been doing that quite a bit, because one of the things I like to do with red dots when someone sends us a product for testing and evaluation is not treat them in the most pristine manner. Actually treat them like they typically get treated by people who shoot a lot and use firearms. I mean, the reality is they're going to get dinged, they're going to get whacked, they're going to get used. The one downside with this particular optic is you can only just barely see at the extreme bottom of the window the sights. So they have sort of this rudimentary channel here that you can use, but it's really, really, you can see well, you can see the red dot out there, but you can also see the iron sight on front. And to align this to the iron sight means that I'm all the way down. I'll go ahead and shut this down so you can see it. You can see right there, it's really at the very extreme bottom of the window. So if you're using the rear sights and the front sight for an alignment, virtually impossible to do. Now you could swap out sides. You could go with the suppressor sight or something like that, which is totally fine. However, it's just kind of a bummer, because if that were cut a little deeper, that would have allowed people to still use the sights that come on the gun, I mean the front sight itself. So the price point is, you know, fairly significant difference depending on where you buy it. I think they retail for like $180 down, you know, to lower than that on some other services. It is an upgrade to the previous CAT that was out there and that still is out there in terms of its toughness, its durability. Battery life, they claim, is 4,000 hours. Well, that's about 5 months of total 100%. You know, you're always using it. It's always going and shaking. Now, obviously, you're probably, you know, the way I look at this, well, I'm not constantly carrying my gun. When I sleep, I don't have my carry gun on me. It's not rolling around. So as a result, you know, you might get a year. That to me is like, you know, unless you're really, really good, that every 6 months or every 8 months, you're going to just, you know, put a little date, check in and make sure that the battery is replaced. Like, I prefer to see something with greater length and greater durability in terms of battery life. So that's a personal opinion. Some people might not care, but for those of us that carry pretty much every day, all the time, everywhere, knowing that your battery is going to, you know, hang on and be there when you need it, that is one thing to consider. Now, a lot of people buy red dots simply because they enjoy shooting with a red dot. I mean, a red dot allows you to be target focused. And I think once you've gone through the process of really understanding how iron sights work and understanding your elevation and your windage and how to get that sight alignment and that sight picture, when you transition then to red dots, there's a bit of a training curve, because now I've shifted off my front sight focus and I've gone out to the target focus. So what I'm really looking at is my target, and I am bringing the gun and the red dot to that point where I'm aiming, where I'm seeing the target. And that means, especially if you're shooting static targets like steel or something, I can move very, very fast between multiple targets, because I don't have to keep my front and rear sights aligned the whole time. All I have to do is when I see my target, I see my red dot, I just go ahead and move toward that point. And it's, you know, it does help, especially with older eyes. Well, folks, that's a quick look on this. We'll give you some updates as we go further down the road. I think I'm going to give the other one that they sent me a few months ago that we did a review on. I think I'll hand that off to my brother and allow him to enjoy that red dot, and we'll go from there. Well, folks, that's it for today. Really appreciate each and every one of you watching. Finally, and as always, stay safe.